Ralph, it is so great to see you, and I love the bolo tie. That's really great.
Kind of get in the mood for everything.
Have you got a hat too?
Absolutely, right here next to me.
Oh yeah, I think I've got one that'll sort of match that too. So we'll be like a pair.
I got this one and I have a black one.
Oh yeah. Oh, now we're talking. I love the metallic bands. Those are really cool. Yeah. It is always so great working with you. How did you get into this business of singing in the first place? I mean, did you always know you were going to be a singer?
Nope, I did not. I started by just doing shows. In second grade, the elementary school I went to every spring had a spring program for the end of the year.
Uh-huh.
And my second grade class, or several second grade classes, got together and made a huge choir, and they sang the song, This Old Man. You remember that? This Old Man.
Oh yeah.
And I got to be the old man. I don't think I did any singing. I just kind of walked with my cane and danced around. But as far as the singing goes, the moment I decided I liked it was in middle school when my choir director asked me to sing the solos to the Holy City. It was to be done in front of the entire school. So I was kind of petrified. What was I, in eighth grade? But I learned it, and the day came, and I went up there nervously. And when the moment came, I just did it. And when I finished, the school erupted in applause. And I went, oh, this is kind of nice.
When you did that, had your voice changed yet, or were you still a boy soprano?
I was never a boy soprano.
Okay.
Even in church, when I used to sing at 13, they put me in the grown-up choir.
Uh-huh.
And I was the youngest one in the choir, but I was in the men's section with the men. I talk like this because my professor at Northridge used to get on me. Because I used to talk up here. Like, if you want to be a baritone, you got to talk down here. So whenever he'd see me, his name was David Scott. He'd go, hello, Ralph. And I go, oh, hello, Dr. Scott. And so I kept doing that. And eventually it just kind of stuck.
And so it was never an alternate for you, right? From that middle school experience on, you just pretty much knew you were going to be singing for a living?
Well, after middle school, I joined two bands. So that kind of pushed me more into it. I was in a rock and roll band.
Oh, wow.
On one hand, and I was in a rhythm and blues band on the other hand. And they couldn't have been more different, but I was having a blast.
I want to hear about some of the hit tunes in each one of those bands. Were you covering other tunes, or did you make up your original songs?
At the risk of dating myself, yes, they were covering tunes. Okay, we'll start with the rock and roll band. I was doing tunes like Three Dog Night, Celebrate, Celebrate.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. And at that time, Ike and Tina Turner's Proud Mary was out, so we sang that.
Uh-huh.
And one other one was Sly and the Family Stone, Want to Take You Higher.
Yeah.
The rhythm and blues band, we were doing more soulful stuff like Isaac Hayes' Do Your Thing.
Uh-huh.
They couldn't have been more contrasting, but they were both lots of fun. And at the same time, I was doing the stuff in choir. So I kind of had all that going on. I guess my big break came when my high school teacher took us over to sing for his son, who was at the time the chair of the choral department at Cal State Northridge.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I came out, I sang for the faculty, I played the piano, and they asked me to double major in piano and voice.
Wow.
I said, no, I can't do that. I said, I won't have a life. And, the whole culture changed from Louisiana to California and living in the dorm. I just said, I'll major in voice. A couple of decades later, I'm still doing it.
I can't believe this, Ralph. You and I have worked together ever since 2006. And so that's 17 years. We first met in a production of Tosca. And since then, I've had you do concert appearances. You've appeared with the Stockton Symphony, the Auburn Symphony, the Folsom Lake Symphony, and the Symphony San Jose, right? And you've sung oratorio, you've sung opera, you've sung pops concerts, not with us, but you've even toured with Riverdance, right?
That's right.
When you sing these different genres, do you consciously change style?
Well, you must be aware of stylistic differences, and the music is stylistically different. And you have to be a bit of a chameleon. I could not sing rhythm and blues like it was rock and roll, or vice versa.
Right.
And I would rock and roll, I was screaming and all that crazy stuff you do in rock and roll. But in rhythm and blues, you got to be smooth and sing like that. And then when you added all the other stuff to the mix, opera and oratorio, that's more serious. I always tell my students when I teach, I say, once you learn technique, it's just about applying the different styles, and if you can become familiar with the style and put that shoe on, as it were, and do that, then you'll be a versatile artist and people will love you.
But I think there is one overriding thing about you that I've always really admired. And that's no matter what style you're in, you always take the words and really tell the story.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it? Isn't that what singing is about? You've got a piece of poetry set to music, and there's a message.
Let's talk about some of the stories you're going to tell in our upcoming concert. We've got this great show that we've called Roots and Boots. It's a Wild Wild West program, and you're going to be doing everything from Oh My Darling Clementine, which is probably one of the very first songs that we would say would be a nationally recognized Western song, all the way up to things like Rawhide and High Noon and Blazing Saddles. What's it like to get into those songs and deliver that to an audience?
It's fun, especially with the Oh My Darling Clementine. I have been hearing that since I can remember. But I mostly remembered the chorus. I didn't really know the verses until I started working with you. And it's actually quite funny.
It is.
The story behind it is funny. It's like, you're lost and gone forever. I never associated with her drowning.
Well, it's tragically funny.
Tragically funny, yes.
Yeah. Did you see when it was originally airing on TV, Rawhide?
I do remember seeing it when I was a kid, but since having to sing it, I've gone back online and watched a couple of old episodes. Actually, the first time I heard the theme song, after not hearing it for decades, it brought tears to my eyes. It was just, I said, I forgot how much I really liked that song.
Well, and you kill when you deliver it. I mean, you're just absolutely superb in that song.
Well, thank you. It's a fun song to sing, and the audience gets wrapped up in it because I suppose it holds those kinds of memories for everyone.
By the way, we're going to have a parade. It's not absolutely required, but we're inviting everybody to come up in their Western duds, maybe with boots and a hat like you have. And right before halftime, we're going to play the theme from the Wild Wild West, and we'll have everybody that wants to traipse across the stage so the whole audience can see them in their Western duds. It'll be really fun for anybody in the audience. All you people out there, you gotta come.
So with that, I'll get my cowboy gear back on, and I'll see you in a week, partner.
All right. Happy trails.
Same to you.